think I want seconds.
Chicken. 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 And fries.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting from Ottumwa, Iowa. It's the fabulous, one and only, unforgettable Claus and Convo, the show that mounts you from the back and whispers in your ear, "Shh, just let it happen." I am your pipe-smoking host, who is also foxy, Dante freaking Padfoot.
And I am your host who was recently acquired the hobby of pipe smoking, Striker Chigwar.
And as you can see, we are smoking our pipes. And I just made Striker Chigwar try one for the first time, and he apparently really likes it.
You didn't make me, you just introduced it to me.
Okay, there we go.
No one makes me do nothing.
So
Let's
it's
make that perfectly clear.
Not like I shoved it down your throat or anything.
Right.
So we have some very interesting discussion topics today, and China Rose herself in the flesh will be showing up pretty soon. She said she has some taxes that she has to do, but she said she'll be here pretty soon. So we are going to have someone else on the show. It's not just going to be us. So we have an interesting discussion topic for you today. Later in the show, if you want to hear this, stay tuned. This discussion topic for today will be whether we think raising little kids to be furry is a good thing, and how it would impact the fandom, like if we had to tone down the porn or anything like that. Say if there was suddenly a lot of like the younger generation that got into it, what we would have to do to adapt. So if you want to get into that discussion or listen in, we'll be doing it later in the show. So yeah, for those of you who are just joining us, I haven't made I just started making the coffee, but pretty soon I'm gonna have to get up and go get it because it was like 10 minutes to showtime. I was like, oh crap, I should probably start making the coffee. So, and I'm finishing packing my pipe here, so we can be regal young gentlemen and smoking the pipes on the show.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite.
I accidentally inhaled. That sucks.
I do that all the time. Some people, like I used to do this with Mason a lot, Hansuke, and he would inhale on a regular basis, and I was like, this stuff really is not good for you to inhale at all.
Nope.
And for those of you who cannot see, I have my favorite brand, Captain Black Royal. It's absolutely exquisite. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth every penny. It's like $7 for a package, but it's so good. Like it's a lot better than any other brand I've ever tried, and it smells so good. So good that I'm gonna walk up to the camera and make you smell it. Smell it! It's so good! Smell it! Doesn't it just smell good? Did you smell it?
Quite.
Yes, quite. I know you actually had the ability to smell it because you have some kind of device that can smell things through microphones. I know you can, because I know my audience. My audience is wizards, so they can do anything they feel like. And I'm gonna light this one. Hold on.
Yes, we're streaming live at the Winterhold College of Magic.
Yes, indeed. And they know how to invent a device that can make people smell through microphones. So, I don't know. So, yep, we have a great show for you guys today. Crap, I need to light again. This takes practice. There we go. Now that is an excellent light. So, anyways, it has gotten really, really, really warm here. So much that just a while ago, I walked outside to try and find the hairbrush that I left in the car last night or something like that. And I just stood out there for like 20 minutes because it was so warm. It's like, what is it, like 50 degrees? No, it's like 60 degrees out there. 60, it feels like
63.
Really? I guess
think.
Right. That was a complete guess. Yeah, it's so
59
freaking warm.
degrees.
Oh, wow. I was really close. It's so freaking warm outside. My dad also races Purple Martin, or he doesn't raise Purple Martins. He has he has Purple Martin houses in his backyard, and he put up one, and within 15 minutes they started nesting there. And he was like, that is a definite sign of spring. And I am so excited because I can't wait to get out there and ride my motorcycle every damn place ever. Because it's been all winter that every time I took out my motorcycle during the winter, most people would probably just not even bring out their motorcycle during the winter. They'd cover it with a tarp and be, they'd just be pussies and not bring it out at all. Well, not me and my dad. We take out our motorcycles during the winter anyway, but the problem is that we either can't go very far or we have to completely bundle up just to go like 5 miles. So you
have to go really, 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 really slow.
Sometimes you do, because there's a lot of times in the wintertime I would take my motorcycle to school, which is 2 miles away, because I guess I just didn't feel like taking a car. And it was relatively nice in the morning, and I just didn't take gloves, and my hands would get so cold, but I was like, worth it. Motorcycles, completely worth it.
It's bad. It's not wearing gloves in the cold and not giving a damn.
Exactly.
That's badass 101.
That is badass 101. There's a book called Badass 101. Well, not really, but pretend there is, and that's the first rule. The second rule is ride your motorcycle all through the winter, just like me. If you want to be like Dante Padfoot, ride your motorcycle during the winter.
And that is a really cool grinder.
It is a really cool grinder. This is when I got at Smokin' Joe's. There's a tobacco outlet here in Ottumwa, and they have all kinds of grinders. But this was the coolest one. It's basically it looks like a revolver chamber. If you can't see, it's so freaking cool. Because I started smoking. I started smoking pipes a while ago, and it's incredible because it's almost like a hobby. It's so awesome because there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like a lot of people take up pipe smoking as an official hobby. So, I'm going to be collecting pipes. I got this really nice one here.
And the nice thing about it is real tobacco. It's natural tobacco. There's nothing, nothing really added to it.
Obviously there's a little bit of flavoring added to these ones, like to give it an extra aroma, but there's nothing that's really bad for you, nothing like cigarettes is what I'm trying to say, because basically cigarettes are engineered to be addictive. They're not, this is just it's like 98%
then you're not
tobacco.
supposed to inhale it.
Yeah, and plus you don't inhale it, and it's not addictive. So for those of you who go, you should stop smoking that, it's gonna give you cancer. Well, people have been known to get cancer from pipe smoking, but these are people that literally smoke it every hour of every day. Like, you have no idea. You have to smoke so much of this stuff to even have a chance of getting cancer.
And they probably smoke cigarettes as well.
Yeah, that's true. So it does say on the back that or somewhere, warning, this product produces chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. Yeah, this is for people who abuse it. So anyways, thought we'd establish that there. My friends are probably watching this.
We should remove all warning labels.
So the stupid people will die out.
And natural selection can take effect as it should.
I love that. I love that. That's a nice thesis right there. Oh boy. We actually have a mic stand for me now, and I'm excited because then I don't have to hold the mic up. So it's gonna be a nice. I mean, last time we had the mic stand here too, but it had to go all the way across the table, and it like blocked out the shot a little bit, and I had to lean in because I couldn't have it really close to me. So I don't know. You know what? I want to try something here. My friend Jacob Brewitt and my brother Ethan are in a band, and they tried taking these little filter thingies off the mic, and they said it sounded 1,000,000 times better. But I said that's probably not true if you're doing like a radio show or something, because it's supposed to sound a little bit muffled.
You want to have, without these, you'd want to have a pop filter.
Exactly. And these are kind of a pop filter in and of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the best, but
they keep the mic clean.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, he said they sounded better without them. So, do we want to try a really quick test?
I've tried it.
You've tried it? Doesn't sound very good.
Without these, you can hear breathing.
Oh, really? How about now?
Well, now you're just trying. That doesn't count.
That's true. You know what I like to do when we're sitting here waiting for the show to start? I play solitaire. Isn't that weird? I'm such an old man. I'm smoking a pipe, drinking coffee. Well, pretty soon we'll be drinking coffee.
I feel so very old when I'm here.
Yes, I feel so very, very gentlemanlike, yes.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. And I'm going to overemphasize everything.
I love doing voices. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Do you want to know how I got these muscles? I pick things up and put them back down. Ha ha ha.
That's one of my favorite voices to do. We're just going to have to entertain ourselves until China Rose gets here.
Yes.
You know, I think the coffee's probably about done.
Probably.
Want me to get up and get it?
Yes.
Stay tuned, you guys. I will be right back. Stryker can entertain you Stryker can entertain you while I'm gone. So you guys have fun.
Okay, now that he's out of the room. So we got a good topic. We're going to talk about raising your kids furry. We've also got a news article about a robotic tail that senses your mood. And also a really cool furry sci-fi series with amazing animation. We're going to be talking about that as well. I put the damn lighter down just as I went out. Are you done yet? Hurry up!
What was that?
Hurry up!
I'm getting the laptop.
We're waiting!
Okay, is my mic still on? Yes, it is. I have to plug in the laptop, and I haven't gotten...
We're waiting!
I'm sorry, jeez. Gosh!
No, you noticed I added a little more... I made that sound a little bit gay.
You did?
We're waiting! Oh, hurry up, you silly goose!
Okay. Here we go, I'm gonna try it.
No.
We're waiting. Hurry up, you silly goose. Oh my gosh.
You're natural. You don't have to hide, you know.
Okay, here's the thermos. There's the coffee. Okay, guys, sorry about that. You know, if without coffee, life wouldn't be complete. So we absolutely had to have some. You know, we can't do the show without coffee. So
Of course not.
Of course not. We have a cool news story for you guys later today. It's going to be basically some scientists have invented a tail. I think it's in China. A tail that hooks up to your that monitors your heart rate, and the higher your heart rate goes, the faster it wags.
Yes.
It's so cool. We have a video of it for you guys later, if you want to stay tuned and see that. Oh, I love this background. My sister's got a background of Shia LaBeouf, and it says, "Be smooth, ladies." So we're gonna load up this stuff. Oops. Oh, Thank goodness. Sounded like I spilled the coffee there for a second. I just spilled a thing of salt. There's a salt here because I had some ramen noodles.
Yes.
Why? Screw you, that's why. You know what makes pipe tobacco twice as good? Coffee. It makes me feel like a gentleman. Yes. Yes. If you guys weren't tired of my voices
I feel
already.
old.
Yeah, I do feel really old. There's a lot of things I do that make me feel old. One time I caught myself drinking decaf coffee because I wanted to try it, and I had to go to bed and I wanted coffee. So I got some decaf coffee, and I was watching Lawrence Welk. For those of you who don't know, that's a really, really old person show, and it was like 5 p.m. and I took a nap. That is the most old person thing I've ever done.
Well, at least you're not waking up 6 a.m. to watch The View.
That's true, yeah.
That would be a bad sign.
I'm turning into an old person, guys. So, okay. Now all we really have to do is just wait for China Rose to show up. And I'm going to be really mad at her if she takes forever. Because we can carry the show ourselves, but it would be twice as cool if China Rose was here. And as you guys can see, Trey McIntosh is not here. That's really sad. Because he's like the best.
While we're waiting, I recently discovered this animated sci-fi series.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's watch that while we wait.
Do you want to watch the whole thing?
The whole episode here.
We do? Right in the middle of the show?
Well, it hasn't. We're waiting on someone, so why not? Got to keep our audience entertained, you know.
Well, yeah, but we could probably just show them a trailer and then talk about it, because this is a talk/podcast. So, I just have to bring up some news here. So
I have to restart the presenter here. There we go.
So we could probably just show them a trailer for now, and maybe decide later if we want.
We got time. We got plenty of time.
How long are the episodes?
Not long.
Okay, let's hope that it doesn't bore them. Well, actually, it'd be pretty cool, I guess. Is it? We got to make sure it's not choppy too.
Yeah, I touched it.
Okay.
Well, it's okay.
Because my computer has problems with the choppiness. So what is this called, Striker? Delora. This is a furry sci-fi that's kind of. Is it in production or is it already produced?
Well, they got a few episodes out. It's actually been around for a while, for like a couple of years, I think it was. But I only heard about it now because they advertised their Kickstarter on Reddit.
Yeah. And hopefully later in the show, Striker's going to contribute to this Kickstarter project live on the show.
Yes.
If that isn't exciting, you should go into a bed and cry yourself to sleep, because you have no philosophy on life. And, you know, for a furry project, you know, made by furries for furries, this is a pretty well animated thing. Like, it's pretty amazing for.
And I'm pretty glad it's looking pretty smooth on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let me bring up Ustream and see what the.
Today is a good day.
Yeah. Today is a very good day. All right, guys, I'm going to bring up the chat here, and I can chat with you during the show if you want. Whoops. I don't want to see that.
Hey, Charlie! I just need to ask you something real
What's
quick.
it look like I'm doing right now?
But I just have a real quick...
Don't care.
I don't understand why this program isn't compiling right.
I am on break. I don't work on break. You could be bleeding to death with a horrifying mutant latched to your head, eviscerating your insides and making a used placenta out of you. And it still wouldn't be enough to make me want to get off my chair right now. Go away, thank you, goodbye.
You can't troubleshoot stupid. Amen, brother.
Cruel words have never been said.
Mall proximity alert. I repeat, the mall proximity alert.
Swami, you get that?
Yeah. Just remember, they need to be within my range for this to work. There's a lot of signal interference here.
No excuses. Just set up a bait.
Ivan, take your place. Don't screw up. This is our only chance to get the extra authority we need for our next target. Roger, Dodger.
You're logged in a circle.
I don't know why. What I did was I logged into my Facebook.
That would explain why there's a 1 next to it.
Yeah.
Finally, I had a schedule.
I'm trying to log in as Dante Padfoot.
And the Tanadron grid will be free to claim the entire planet of Tor.
No, because I'm very certain this will
Yeah, this is...
Hey! I was watching that, you jerk!
Fault 1. It is forbidden to publicly display blacklisted visual programs in any Tanadronian territory. Fault 2. You have knowingly bypassed hologram use restrictions to surpass the regular screen size of 24 inches. This is your first and final warning.
Go eat a donut, mall cop. I've seen you some.
You are to be detained by order.
Your wristband. Hand it over. Now!
To a bunch of mall rats? I don't think so.
Fine!
Forgot to unmute the mics. So, yeah, that was episode 5.3.
Very, very nice.
Here
So
we
the-
have the website up.
It's where we muted the entire time of the...
Just during that last part while I was relighting my pipe.
Oh, okay. I see. So then they heard us talking about the good animation and stuff like that, so we don't need to say that again. Anyways, yeah, this is pretty neato. If anyone wants to, they can fund the Kickstart project so they can make more, because anything furry related is cool. Basically what it is. Especially, I don't think anyone has attempted something like this so far in the furry fandom. Like, nothing on this scale anyway. Because this is pretty awesome. I mean, they just look at the animation done by amateurs, you know. It's pretty awesome. I am actually really impressed. And China Rose, where the hell are you? We don't know. Find out later on Claus and Convo. Stay tuned. She may show up, she may not. Who knows? We'll find out on the one and only unforgettable Claus and Convo. I'm sorry, I just love doing that so much. I love doing things in an announcer voice. It makes me happy. So, yep, I'm bringing up some animal news here. Because I just had to go get the laptop. And I have the Ustream up here. So it seems that Stryker has posted the website for the thing you just watched to the chat room, and I think you're doing it in the IRC too?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. So if you guys want to check that out for yourself, go ahead and do it. So, in other news, looking at the other news here.
So shut up and give them your money.
Yeah. Shut up and give them your money. I love it. I love it. Well, we got a lot of news on this page.
Should probably switch back to the camera.
Yeah, they've probably been looking at the screen this whole time. Here's a story. I mean, I'm gonna read it right now. We'll save it for later. But here's a story about a cat that walks all over a medieval manuscript and leaves footprints. Look at that. If you can't see it, I mean, you can't see it, but it's a picture of like a medieval manuscript, and it has paw prints on it because a cat just walked over it. Cats are like, no shit's given. Oh boy.
Yes, some cats are criminal delinquents and don't really give a fuck.
Exactly. And actually, all cats are pretty much like that. There's a lot of stories about cats. There's, in fact, in this one page, there's 3 stories about cats.
They control the world, you know.
They're going to control the world. I mean, you can tell.
We are the masters.
Oh, I know what I should read.
We're all slaves in our system.
We just don't know it. We don't know we're slaved.
Exactly.
For those of you who don't know who the Oatmeal is, he's a really popular guy on the internet, the intrawebs, and he does comics, and they're quite hilarious. And I think I should read a comic by him called How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You. And it's a very interesting comic. I think I should read it. It's quite funny. Later, we could do either later on the show or if we run out of stuff to talk about, because we got to save everything for the discussion part of the show. And we should also wait till China Rose is here before we go into any discussion. But we may be able to go into news before she gets here because we don't have much else to talk about right now. So... And we do have that video about the tail wagging thing that we could show at the beginning of the news segment, which will be in a few minutes. So hold tight. And in the words of Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts. Oh, speaking of that, did you know that Jurassic Park is in 3D right now? In theaters?
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw a trailer for it. And it made it look like it was this brand new movie. You know, it had all kinds of like action sequence. It looked like an action movie trailer, even though I guess it's not really an action movie. It's more of like a fantasy adventure movie.
Yeah,
but
kind of a thriller.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy thriller kind of. But yeah, they made
everyone knows what it is.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I don't even know why I'm explaining this.
If you need it explained to you, then you apparently do live in a cave and have no culture whatsoever. You're culturally inept if you don't know what the hell Jurassic Park is.
You need some splaining to do, or you got some splaining to do if you don't know. Basically, what he just said. So, yeah, anyways, that's in theaters right now. I don't know if I'm going to see it because I don't necessarily like movies in 3D very much. Some movies are good in 3D. Like, the visuals in How to Train Your Dragon. I know last time I said I don't like this movie, and I don't, but there are some good things in it. Like, the visuals, especially that scene where they're flying in 3D, was better than Avatar, in my opinion. So, yeah.
There's just a lot of 3D. It's just too gimmicky.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of times some movies you forget you're even watching a 3D movie, you know, because it's just like, oh, wait, it's in 3D. You forget until you take off your glasses and look at the screen, which everybody does.
Yeah. I definitely saw like a little more recent Pirates of the Caribbean in 3D.
Oh yeah.
I think it was in 3D, but you know that I like it when they, you know, do it subtly. I like the subtle 3D.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie in 3D, but I did see it in the theater. So, Which that one, I didn't like the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean. In fact, after the second one, it just, like, So, I still like the character of Captain Jack Sparrow. Like, he's the only reason people keep going back and watching those movies when they come out.
Yeah, as we've mentioned before, Johnny Depp makes the movies successful.
He does. Like,
he owns the character, and if it wasn't for Jack Sparrow, it wouldn't be any success at all.
Exactly.
Because the other characters kind of sucked.
They did. Like,
honestly.
I mean, the other characters were really, the only thing good about them was they kind of had a goal. Like, okay, I'm going to be talking about basic character writing here. Characters need to have a goal and ways to get that goal, and they need to have depth to them. Like, you need to discover their problems, and there needs to be character development. There was almost none in this movie, in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Elizabeth was a terribly written character. I'm sorry. Will was a bad written character, but I guess he had a redeeming quality to him in the end of the movie. Like, he decided to become a pirate in the end. So that was okay. I mean, the character development was written all right, but the characters themselves were just really bland, except for, obviously, Captain Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa.
Yes.
Those characters were fantastic, and that's what saved that movie.
Maybe those other two that forget the names of the characters, but they're the tall one and the fat one. You know, the one.
The
one with the wooden eye.
Yeah. Those were. I forgot to mention those two.
The comic reliefs.
Those two had perfect comic relief in that movie,
yes.
And that's why this movie has a lot of flaws. But it's
and the monkey.
And the monkey was pretty good. But that movie did have a few flaws, but it was overall it still stands, mostly because of Johnny Depp. He makes up about 60% of that movie in why it's good. Like, seriously. I'm not making up those numbers. Actually, I probably did. Don't tell nobodies. Okay. Trying to find some news stories here. We don't have that many news stories. We're mostly just going to have to talk about the tail thing, because that's a pretty interesting one. And we have one other one, and there's the cat one I just mentioned. So other than that, I think we should go into our news section here, because it seems that we are half an hour into the show, and it's about time for news. So if you care to take it away, we will start the news segment. Tonight on Claws and Convo, Sea Slug squirts venomous boogers at enemies. With your anchors, Dante Padfoot, Striker Chiguar, and maybe China Rose. This is Claws and Convo News. All right. Welcome to this section of the show called News. And I'm your anchor, Dante Padfoot, and I'm going to read you our first news story for today. And here it is. Why do I keep saying sea slug? Sea slug squirts venomous boogers at enemies. Ooh, damn. Sea Horus.
Gesundheit.
Sea Horus possesses a weapon that even the best comic book writers couldn't have dreamed up. An inky mucus-like substance that, when squirted at enemies, prevents them from smelling. Whoa, that's weird. The discovery, reported in the Journal of Experimental Biology, reveals how complex and effective some natural chemical defenses can be. Sea hares. Okay, I don't know why I said sea hares. It's obviously sea hares. I'm a retard.
Did a sea snail sneeze on you?
Yep, that's why I can't talk. Sea hares are a type of sea slug that has head appendages resembling rabbit ears, or at least someone thought of that. Hence the name. In Australia, they're called beach blobbies. Beach blobbies. Okay.
They have the best names for things in Australia.
They do. Let's see. What's another awesome name in Australia that they have?
Wallaby?
Wallaby. Yeesh. And, kangaroos. Yeah. Australians are awesome. There's nothing that says badass like a hunter that goes into the wild and like sees a spider bigger than his hand and doesn't even move.
And on that note, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm just going to continue reading the story. You want me to let you out here?
I'll go around this way.
Okay. Many marine inhabitants steer clear of them, and it's easy to understand why. Charles Derby from Georgia State University and colleagues Tiffany Love Chesum and Juan Aggio analyze what's in a substance known as opaline, which sea hares squirt at enemies along with ink. Along with ink? Whoa, that's cool. Opaline essentially is a type of shimmery white sticky mucus. Ugh. The researchers studied how this substance affects lobsters which attempt to hunt sea hares. Spiny lobsters in particular occasionally try to snatch on the mushy big slugs. When the substance was applied to the trips of the lobster antennas, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing things, used for smelling. We'll just say antennas because it says antennules. Antennules. Used for smelling, the lobsters were unable to detect an enticing, pungently, there's all kinds of crazy words in here, scented shrimp juice presents to them. To figure out why, the scientists measured electrical activity in the lobsters' chemosensory and motor neurons. These neurons stopped firing in the presence of snotty gunk. The researchers next isolated amino acids from the substances, but found that they alone had no effect on the lobsters. In fact, the lobsters' neurons fired robustly in reaction to the delicious shrimpy aroma.
Interesting.
Yeesh. It's almost over. When the scientists mixed the amino acids with the sticky substance carbonate, aka cellulose gum, the lobsters again were fooled. Like sticking a wad of chewing gum on a human nose, it blocked odors from reaching aroma receptors. The lobsters are usually left in dismay, preening and cleaning themselves while the sea hare slithers away. Very interesting.
Indeed.
Yes, very interesting. Yes. This is really good coffee because I just emptied my filter, and that always makes for good coffee.
Yes.
Anyways, that's a pretty interesting story.
Wait, you don't change your filter every time?
No.
Why?
Because I never have. That's the way my dad does it, and he makes fantastic coffee.
That's a terrible way to make coffee.
Really? My coffee is always...
You always want to have a clean filter in there.
I never really knew that.
I change my filter out every time.
Huh. Because, my dad makes fantastic coffee. You guys like the coffee I've always made, and I've always had at least some coffee grounds in there. So, I don't know. That's the way my dad does it, and it tastes really good. So, I just tried it, and it worked fine. I don't know. Maybe it'll taste better if I redo the filter every time.
I've never known anyone who reuses the same filter.
Wow. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were supposed to do it every single day or every single time you make coffee. That's really weird. Oh, Dante, you...
Especially considering it's a moist environment and stuff can grow in that.
Well, yeah, it's never in there for more than like a day. But what I mean is that, if I make coffee again you don't want it to taste whatever's been growing in there over the time period that it's been in there. Obviously, if it's been in there for more than 3 days, then I obviously,
You're tasting old coffee grounds, and it's not adding anything.
And here's a fun fact for you. Hold on. Okay. Did you know that slightly moldy bread is better for you than regular bread? Because the mold is actually kind of good for you in small doses.
Penicillin.
Yeah. And, but basically my dad told me this, and he's like, this is why a lot of the poor people survived, back in the days, because they had slightly moldy bread, but it was actually good for them,
That and moldy cheese.
Yeah, moldy cheese.
Mold is actually what makes the cheese good.
Exactly. And, I'm assuming the same is with cottage cheese and, stuff like that, but... as far as I know, milk is not the same way, is it?
Milk tastes bad aged.
It does, yeesh.
And it smells.
Smells really bad.
Of course, this is common knowledge, so.
Yep. So that's why people like stinky cheese, because, it's apparently the best kind of cheese. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about cheese. I'm just kind of spouting random crap out of my mouth. So let's see how long this news story is, this next one here. It's not too long. Do you want to read this one? I'll send you a link.
Yes, I'll read this.
Do. With your anchors, Dante freaking Padfoot. I'm going to start introducing myself as Dante freaking Padfoot a lot. Just for fun. Whoopsie.
Whatever.
So, okay, here I'm going to PM. Wait, not you. Wait, you're Striker. Yes, you're Striker Chiguar. Duh.
Yes.
So, go to moderators here.
You could PM Strikebar Studios, but it would be very hard for me to read.
There we go.
Okay.
Should be in your private chat there. And then we'll have you read this one. Take it away, my good sir.
I think you need to You're not logged in as yourself.
I don't know how. It's not letting me.
Make it let you.
I have an account on Ustream because you've seen my name there before, Dante Padfoot.
Can you log in as using Facebook?
That's the last time I did that. It logged me in as Strike Paw.
How did it do that?
I don't know. Weird stuff is happening here, guys. I don't know.
I'll do it myself.
So what do you do? Like, okay, I see. If I just go, okay, not if we click Facebook, sign up with Facebook, then we'll try. Yeah, see, look, it logged me in as Strike Paw. So here's what we'll do. If we log out and I just do
technical difficulties, just log in manually.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Okay, we got this under control.
If you can remember your password.
I do. Wait, what the?
No.
Why did it go to?
Wait a minute.
Why did it go to?
I once.
There we go.
I think when I logged in on your computer over here, I might have.
Oh.
Because you might have been logged in on Facebook at the time.
That makes sense. Okay.
It's weird though.
That is really weird.
Yeah. Go ahead and.
The world is a strange place.
I'll get into this news story here.
Take it away, sir.
Okay. Curious cat walks over medieval manuscript.
Ooh.
From ancient Egyptian religions to Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat to the latest I Can Has Cheeseburger. Felines, literature, and culture have enjoyed a long love affair. But perhaps no other feline has walked through history in quite the fashion that a Mediterranean cat did when it left paw prints across the pages of a 15th century manuscript from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
There's all kinds of stuff that's hard to pronounce.
Croatian language is very hard to pronounce unless you're from Croatia.
Okay.
But anyway, thumbing through the medieval manuscript in July 2011, Imar Filipovic, a teaching and research assistant at the University of Sarajevo, some Croatian thing, discovered the pages of the book stained with the inky paw prints of a cat and snapped a picture.
So when he was writing it, like the cat actually went over. Oh my word, that's awesome.
Link that in the chat.
Okay.
Link this story.
I will.
So people can see it.
Yeah, if you guys want to check it out in the Ustream chat here.
It's something he planned on sharing with the colleagues and students for a laugh. I never could imagine the attention that those paw prints would subsequently receive, Filipovic wrote in an email. Filipovic sent the photos to fellow historian Eric Kawakel via Twitter in September 2012, but it wasn't until earlier this year that the paw prints saw a flurry of reblogging, retweeting, and sharing. It's not very often that a researcher can come across a curious curious things while shifting through monotonous and dull archival registers. Philip said. I'm just going to call him Philip. But the more time spent scouring through the manuscripts, the better the chances of stumbling across oddities. In the case of his research, which Philip started in 2008, he's come across small doodles, strange fungi, elaborate decorated initials, holes presumably drilled through the manuscript by worms or other pests, and even carefully crafted by watermarks. Watermarks.
Watermarks.
While it makes for an interesting cat meme, Philip hopes the photo will move beyond a fun find and inspire more interest in medieval Mediterranean. The photo could perhaps encourage at least one researcher to dedicate more time to history of Dummer in its Sumerian hinterland. It's a weird language.
It's a weird language.
Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, and the wider Mediterranean region. The photo will be featured in the interactive album of medieval paleography, a collection of transcription exercises intended to help train students and amateurs in the practical aspects of reading manuscript text, especially how to decipher medieval writing. Maintained by historian Mohori Borhardt of the European Association for Digital Humanities, the album featured manuscripts range from the 9th to the 15th century.
Well then, this is a pretty interesting story.
Yes. Felines are masters of... What's the word I'm looking for?
The human race?
That too. But also vandalism.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. They. Yeah, that's pretty true. Like
they're ninjas.
Yeah. So this is
by nature.
This is a good example of cat people that have been around for thousands of years. Obviously, the Egyptians, you know. But yeah, there's been cats around forever.
It's an interesting piece of facts. Some ancient cultures trained cheetahs for hunting.
Really?
Yes.
That's freaking awesome. Because
they would carry them on the back of their horse, blindfolded, and when they arrived at their hunting grounds, they'd remove the blindfold and they'd shoot off and take down an antelope or whatever.
Holy cow, that's insane.
And Cleopatra had one as a pet.
Huh. That's awesome. They're like,
yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah, you don't. It's interesting that cheetahs and humans have actually had a lot of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Like, I mean, I've seen videos. I mean, we had this discussion, but it wasn't on camera, so we can start it over again. I mean, we didn't film it. So basically, cheetahs are really, really friendly toward humans. I mean, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, if a cheetah is like, I mean, obviously, it doesn't mean that they're not going to kill us. It means that in most cases, if a cameraman walks up to a cheetah, they're just going to walk up and and just sniff them.
Well, if you're talking about they might get a little bit tense and kind of menacing looking, but they'll run away. Before they. And I've actually seen a video of a woman who went up to a coalition of cheetahs on a dirt bike, parked the dirt bike, and just after they got used to her presence, she just knelt down and petted him.
That's awesome. Hold on, I gotta get Kleenex. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have
You're
had
going-
the sniffles for several days now, and it's not fun.
Blowing your nose on camera. How very professional.
I'm going to turn off the mic.
Good. I'm going to assume that's not getting picked up on my mic.
It's what?
I'm assuming that's not getting picked up on my microphone.
I didn't hear it in my...
I don't think it did, but...
I hope it didn't. So I guess we do have time for an email because we have an email here. And since we don't get enough emails, we don't have a segment for emails, so we just kind of read them whenever. So we have an email from Mr. Hematite Bear, and he says, "What do you call 1,000 dead bronies? A start." Okay, these are basically brony jokes. Okay, here's another one. If a brony and a lawyer were in a burning building and you could only save one, which would it be? Hire the lawyer to defend you for defeating up the brony while in there.
Yes.
Hire the lawyer to defend you for beating up the brony while in there. Ha!
Yeah.
Nice. Furries ruin everything. Bronies are ruined to start with. Okay. Killing a brony will always be ruled assisted suicide and be dismissed. Some stated even give rewards. Okay, here's one more. Terms you will never or should never hear. I am a hetero brony. He's a brony, but I like him anyway.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I came out as being brony, and no one beat the crap out of me. Oh boy, Hematite Bear, you crack me up. What would we do without you? Thank you for that email. That made me laugh. So, anyways, we have about 9 minutes until we get into our discussion topic. So we should we should bring up the thing we've been saving all night, which is the tail video.
Yes.
So, for those of you who are tuning in recently and didn't hear earlier, this is a pretty cool video that I found. I don't remember what link to it, but I think I found it on some site. There was a link to it or something. Maybe it was a furry site, maybe it wasn't. But anyways, it's a really cool story about a tail that monitors your heart rate and wags faster when your heart rate goes up. So anyways, just go ahead and watch it now.
You can get a sense of a cat's emotions through her body language. What if you had one of those mechanisms available to you? Check out a wearable wagging tail concept that's up on Kickstarter. Dubbed Taily, it reacts to the wearer's heart rate, wagging rapidly when the owner is excited, and it simply hangs down when the owner has a normal heartbeat. When the heart rate decreases from a level of excitement, the tail slowly sways back and forth. The designers state, Taily is not just a toy, nor is it a fashion accessory or a gadget. It is those three items combined, and since it reacts to the heartbeat rate, an extension of the user's body. The tail is attached to a belt, which utilizes sensors to measure the heart rate. It is interchangeable, and they are available in several colors, including white,
I want the
black,
brown one.
and gray. The innovative minds behind Taily have also created a similar item. Dubbed Shippo, it is also the tail that responds to brainwaves rather than heart rates. What do you think of the concept?
It should be a requirement in police interviews. Interviewing the subject.
Yeah, another. They're gonna be like, so you think you're not lying, huh? Well, what if we strap this tail to you? No, I'll tell the truth. I'll tell the truth.
Did you kill them?
Tail starts wagging like crazy. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You know, I'm starting to think if China Rose is actually going to show up today, because I told her she was our last hope because we don't have anyone else for the show because Trey McIntosh is in Des Moines. Oh, look at how important he is that he doesn't want to be on the show.
Save us, China Rose. You're our only hope.
Save us, China Rose. You're our only hope.
If you don't get that reference, you should die.
Well, that's a little bit harsh.
Well, okay, not die, but get electrocuted.
Okay, that's almost as bad. So I guess
mildly,
we'll just stay with that.
Mildly and repeatedly.
So
unless you're turned on by that.
What? What the heck? Oh boy.
Moving on.
let's not reference what he just mentioned. Some people are turned on by the electroshock thing. We're just not going to mention it again.
Well, there's a fetish for everything.
Let's see.
I could mention examples, but I'm going to pass on that for the sake of professionalism.
Yeesh. So let's see if I can find anything else interesting here really quick. Otherwise, we have about 6 minutes of if the laptop time is right. Then we have about 6 minutes, and yes, it is correct.
Close enough.
Close enough, yes. Here's a fairly interesting one. It's kind of sad though. Hundreds of sick sea lion pups wash ashore. Aww. Aww. Okay, here we go. My laptop's being all whack, so I hope that I can actually read this without it jumping all over the place. A mysterious tide in California. Sea lion pups, Xelaphus californianus, have been washed ashore in recent months, prompting one rescue facility to declare a state of emergency. The Pacific Marine Mammal Center of Laguana Beach, MAP, has more than 80 sea lion pups in their care, an alarming number. The organization said on their website on March 9th the facility took 12 pups, the highest number of rescues recorded in a single day on the center's history. Wired reported that as of March 13th, 517 pups have been admitted to 5 Southern California rescue centers. Most of the sea lion pups are severely malnourished, dehydrated, and underweight, requiring major intervention to get the mammals healthy enough to be released back into the wild. The last time we had this many sea lions this early in the year was 15 years ago, Director of Animal Care Michael Hunter said in a statement. In 1998, an El Niño weather pattern warned the waters off the California coast, causing the fish to migrate farther from the shore and adult sea lions to swim farther in pursuit, making it harder for moms to care for their babies. Reuters reported. Reuters. That's a funny name.
Don't start.
Animal rescuers believe adult sea lions are again foraging deeper into ocean this year, but the reasons are unclear, according to Reuters. We are seriously concerned about the place at which animals are stranding and have the resources to keep up, Hunter said. See pictures of threatened marine species. Don't chase the pups. Whatever the cause, anyone who sees a stranded sea lion pup in California should call the Pacific Marine Mammal Center immediately. Executive Director Keith Matassa said in a statement, "We have had a high number of people chasing the animals back into the water this year, which is the worst thing that can happen to a sick animal. These pups are coming ashore to get warm and rest and are hauling out of the ocean to survive." This is kind of sad.
Yeah.
And obviously, like it said, they don't know exactly why this is happening, but it is happening.
They've in like Los Angeles, they always have trouble with all the runoff.
Yeah.
They because they got that those canals. Even though it's like never any rain, they're always full of runoff from people watering their lawns and because it's a concrete channel, it doesn't soak in or get filtered in any way, so it goes right out to sea.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've got and I believe they actually have a treatment plant that is specific, that is only for that runoff.
Mm-hmm.
And if it rains, it can handle all that. Treatment plant can't handle all of the water if it does get to be start raining. So they have to release it all into the open ocean.
Yeah. So.
And they've been trying to work on promoting like semi-permeable sidewalks, and they're trying to fix that problem. But now that's probably one of the major causes.
Yeah.
Of all these problems.
That's probably true. Yeah. That could be. Again, man is the culprit. And usually people say, oh, that's kind of cliche to put man as the bad guy. Well, probably because it's true in almost every case.
Humans are assholes.
Yeah, humans are assholes. it's true. And when we have a human is the bad guy story, it's almost always true. I mean, unless it's obviously fiction. But like when we talk about something like this, it's true. Like, we mess with nature, and nature's dying in small areas like that. In this case right here, the news story that we just read, sea lions washing up to shore.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could be any reason that we can think of, but it's more likely that, what Stryker just said is the reason. So it's
pollution. Just open up your tap and get hot and cold running, crud.
No more fresh water anymore, kids. This is going to turn into Soylent Green. Lol. It's a 1960s movie, but BT dubs with Charlton Heston, where basically it's a movie about an assumption that in like 1980 something the humans would overpopulate the earth, and then we would have trouble getting food, like stuff like this. Anyways, that's what Soylent Green is. And Might Appetite Bear says that explains the drop in price of sea lion pelt slippers. Yeah, it also explains the drop in the sea lions that I get to go out and club with a. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually do that. But seriously, yes, I do. Because I'm an evil person at heart. So, okay. As we can see, it is officially 6 o'clock here in southern Iowa, southeastern Iowa, and it is time to descend into our discussion topic of the day.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our discussion section of the show, where the last hour we spend going into discussion. So, our discussion topic for this week is, how would the furry fandom be impacted if the entire younger generation, like younger kids, got into the furry fandom? I mean, not the entire, but if there were a lot more younger kids into the fandom very recently all at once, because people are raising their kids to be furry, and it's happening more often. And we could start discussing oh yeah, by the way, as you can see here, we have the contact information for the show. If you want to send us an email,
call us in on Skype.
Or call us in on Skype, because we'll be opening up the chat, and if you want to get in on the conversation, you're more than welcome to, because we leave it open for debate, and that's mostly what the discussion topic is about, is, debates and going into deep discussion about things.
Yes.
So there's the information if you want to, we'll be checking our email. If you want to send us a lengthy email, or if you just want to shout out, do whatever you want. But also there's the Ustream chat, which is the most common way to get in on the conversation. So anyways.
Although the IRC is going to be more reliable.
Yeah,
because it's
true.
right there on the screen. We can both see it and respond immediately.
Yeah, but I have the Ustream chat open. If you're already logged into that, you can do that. But it'd be better if we did the IRC, because we're kind of trying to slowly switch everyone to the IRC chat. So, anyways, we can start off by talking about how it would affect the sheer amount of pornographic material in the fandom, and how we would have to kind of tone it down a bit, which I guess this could be up for debate, but I think it's already toned down enough, because if you go to conventions, at least almost every convention you'll go to, furry convention that is.
Yes, all of one of you.
All of one of you.
Hematite.
Oh, is Hematite the only one tuning in right now?
He's the only one in the IRC.
Oh, okay.
He's the only one apparently watching on Ustream as well.
Well then.
But I'm sure we have more people watching on Facebook and
we have people that tune in like for the recorded version.
They're too lazy to go to Ustream to watch it, so so we can interact with them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Eventually we'll get more people to get in on it. I think last week we had Wine Slender here, and she said she would be back, but she's not. She lied. I guess she just probably was in on it just for Trey, because who doesn't like Trey?
Yes.
You can't not like Trey. So anyways, we're going if you go to going back onto the topic of the pornographic stuff, I do think we'd have to tone it down a bit, at least mostly on sites like.
Well, we wouldn't actually need to tone it down, but there's already sort of a controlled environment as it is.
Yeah, that's true, because it's getting more and more like this, where there's
there
younger people.
There are restrictions and conventions are always keeping an eye on this, and
yeah.
And what we might see, though, is we could see more specialized events, more specialized conventions, and specialized websites geared more toward the younger audience. The younger,
yeah, that's true, and we have seen a lot of this already. But one of the things that's
Youngins.
humans. One of the things that's the biggest noticeable thing is if you go to most every convention, they have restrictions on the artwork that you can display. It has to be, if there's any nudity or, obviously extreme sexual material.
They have a book.
Yeah, you have to have
it or
you have to have it in a book or concealed, and there has to be a warning on it that says 18. I'm good.
Either that or there's a separate section to the dealer's den.
Yeah.
Or artist alley.
Exactly. Yeah. So and plus, if you're under in most conventions, if you're under 16, you have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian.
Yeah.
So
and if you're under 18, in many cases, you have to have consent
really?
form.
If you're 18?
Under 18.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Midwest Fur Fest is like that. I know this for a fact because my friend...
And Anthrocon as well.
Yeah.
A lot of conventions do that.
Except I think Anthrocon is not quite as strict as MFF, actually, because Anthrocon, I think you have to be... If you're under 17, or no, if you're under 14 or something like that, I think the age is a lot lower.
I think it's like 16. Might be 14.
Because I remember
that's and a lot of that too is also in concordance with the state laws.
Yeah, that's actually because they gotta follow the state laws.
That's what the consent form. The consent form is required by state laws.
Yeah, but that's one way that they already kind of crack down on conventions. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, if you go to a convention and just walk around the lobby, there's nothing going on.
And it's like it's been stated 1,000 times. It looks like a Catholic Halloween party.
Lol. Catholic Halloween parties. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh,
especially compared to other types of conventions.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I should also
no booth babes.
I'm going to suspend the discussion topic. Or no, actually, we could probably just discuss this really quick. Something I forgot to mention during the beginning of the show. I recently found out that this isn't a proven fact, but most people believe it's true because there's a lot of evidence pointing toward it. That Easter, the origins of Easter, the actual origins of it, there was a Babylonian god who was named Ishtar, but it's pronounced Easter. It's spelled Ishtar. And she was the Babylonian god of
fertility,
of sex and fertility, and that's why we have eggs and bunnies.
Has nothing to do with Jesus.
And the church actually added the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And I mean, since I'm a Christian, I still celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ on Easter. But I don't care if people. I'm not saying. I do not tell people Easter is the celebration. No. We just do it on Easter. It doesn't mean that Easter is the celebration of Jesus Christ.
It's exactly the same with Christmas. That's a pagan
exactly.
holiday.
It was originally a pagan holiday. Same thing with Halloween. Okay, everyone in my church is against Halloween because of...
It's the devil's holiday.
Yeah, because they're uneducated.
The devil.
It turns out that Halloween has like nearly the same roots as every other Christian holiday. The only difference is the church didn't take it over like they did with all the other holidays.
I just say Christianity likes to take credit for everything.
They do. They really do.
Or rather, they take credit for Sky Daddy.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I'm mostly talking about holidays here,
Yeah.
though. But
Though I gotta say, the classic saying grace before a meal, that whole thing, thanking God rather than the person who spent hours slaving over a hot stove, and so and same with diseases. It's interesting. If someone is saved, then it's a miracle, and if they weren't, if they died, then God works in mysterious ways.
Well, that goes along with the people that make money off of pretending to be a miracle worker.
Yes.
So, I mean, that has nothing to do with actually, what happens. But the people, it drives me crazy, the people that make money off of it, TV evangelists. It's just a great big lie is what it is. So, but yeah, anyways.
And, actually, to the Ranting Griffin, if you've ever listened to Radio Free Potato, which is something that he has on his website, rantinggryffinstudios.com. If you listen to one of the episodes of is a little side podcast called Radio Free Potato, and I think one of them he talks about how he's been in. Yes, I know the room is getting dark, Hematites. Stay calm. Remain perfectly calm. The sun is just going down. But anyway, he talks about his involvement with the church and how it's like being inside the lion's den. You kind of see it's all about the money.
Most of the time it is.
Yeah. And he kind of talks about how he left the church and eventually became an atheist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that concept. I do. But anyways, the whole it's just so funny that Easter is based off of fertility and sex. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, we kind of branched off into a random subject right there.
Yes.
My fault, because I was the one that mentioned it. But anyways, we better get back on our actual scheduled discussion topic. But we could also discuss, because the concept of the younger generation being exposed to furry, pornographic material can be restricted because of sites like Fur Affinity. They have like a safe mode or something like that,
Yeah, obviously.
And they have tags.
That's more for keeping the prying eyes of the parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true too. Like, if a kid is like, I'm into the furry thing, and he's only like, between 10 and 15 years old, if he's still under 18 and his parents are still skeptical about it, if they see something nasty on his computer, they're going to freak out, and he's still under 18, so it's not a good idea to,
Here's the kind of thing about raising children a certain way. For example, I'm an atheist, and if I ever have kids, I'm never going to say, be an atheist or else. That's just wrong to just say. But what happens is you give them the facts and let them make up their minds about it.
Yeah, and that's the concept of atheism. Truly is that you're a free thinker and you think how you want to and not how somebody else tells you to think. And I completely respect that.
Atheism is actually just the only thing about atheists is the belief in a higher power. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually defined in the dictionary as without a god.
Yes.
So that's but the concept of the atheism.
That's more like being a skeptic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's completely fine. Like I really hate it when Christians like rat on it, or not rat, when they get upset at atheists just because they believe what they want to believe, because they're going against, if Christians do that, they're going against what the Bible says, and it drives me crazy because they're going against their own book of their own doctrine. I see this all the time, and this is why
it's you could argue that you're not a true Christian unless you take every word of the Bible word for word.
Mm-hmm.
And which would pretty much make every Christian, except the crazy ones, not Christian anymore.
Yeah. It is difficult.
And people's heads would start exploding
Hmm.
everywhere. Brain splatters all over the
Yeah.
highways. It's just a huge mess.
And having studied the Bible extensively, there is a lot of stuff that's difficult to understand, and if you take it literally, which most Christians do, then that's not the way it was intended, you know. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Something about children?
Something. Okay.
Raising the children. Yes.
There we go. We could also branch into discussion on the subject of younger generation in the furry fandom. How would it? And I think actually Furcast talked about this, but they only briefly touched on it. How would? That's not how I started. Paradox the Wolf was starting to say that he likes the idea of raising a wolf pack, and that was like that's actually really cool. Like, you know, having because you know, like furries call their you know, their significant other their mate. We don't really have another word for it. Whether it's a male or female, it's your mate. That's all it is. That's just what we call it. And we could start making up a reference in a bunch of new vocabulary words for, you know, raising a family as a furry. And I mean, obviously furries are really, really open. They're not like, you have to be a furry or I disown you. That's the opposite of what furries are, you know.
I gotta change the camera settings because actually
it's really dark.
Turn the light.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Because it's getting kind of dim outside.
That's better.
Yes, that is a little bit better. I think.
That is a bit
yeah,
better.
That's better.
I saw a little difference because I saw it on the Ustream. But yeah.
And Striker said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Raising kids as furry because a lot of things, you know, people that are just getting into it, people that see it from the outside, do not get it because they were not raised that way.
And they just weren't exposed to it.
Yeah, they weren't, and because when you're a kid and you grow up with it, it's a lot easier for you to understand it the way your parents understand it instead of just introducing your kids to it when they're old enough. You know, that's not how furry should work. We should have like a separate. We should. I think the way a furry family should work is, you know, you don't tell your kids what they have to be. You introduce them to the concept of being a furry, and you are open about it to your kids. You talk to them about it a lot, and let them decide what they want to be and you know, how they want to pursue it, and what sexual orientation they want, etc., etc. So,
you know, just let things happen naturally.
Yeah.
Leave the children to their devices.
But that's. I think that's a great way to raise a family.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I said, the very heart of being a furry, besides, you know, I mean, obviously the very heart and soul of it is just the appreciation for anthropomorphic animals, but the psychological side of it is where am I? I lose my train of thought a lot. The psychological side of it is not being bound to, you know, one type of thing or one lifestyle. It's an expression.
Yes.
I can't talk anymore. Expressing yourself in any way you can, whether it's, you know, artwork or, you know, music or whatever.
And you know, there are parents out there who, you know, like force their kids to play sports that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Whether they like it or not.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go to this game and you're gonna play it and you're gonna like it.
The only reason that I'm like this is because my dad basically said,
just so
you can be whatever you want to be.
Just so they can say that my kid's better than yours.
Yeah, the kind of people that push their kids to be like an honor student just so they can have the bumper sticker that says, "My kid is an honor student." You know, big freaking deal. Nobody cares.
No one cares about your stick figure family.
Oh boy, yeah, that's exactly right.
Go crash in a ditch.
But the only reason that I'm like this, you know, the way I am, is because my parents both basically said my entire life, they were like, you be whatever you freaking want to be, and I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. And it was basically the greatest thing they ever could have done for me.
Yeah.
You know, it was absolutely incredible, and it really had a huge impact. In fact, the biggest impact anything has ever had on my life was the fact that they let me be whatever I want to be. An example, I've said this before, was that when I told them I was a furry, their response was, well, I don't really get it, and I think it's kind of weird, but I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, and I'm sure that it's actually really cool. I just don't understand it, you know. And that's the way every parent should be.
Yes.
I'm going to treat my kids the same way. I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you what you're going to want to be. If you want to be like me, you can, but I'm not going to tell you have to. So, you know what's really cool? I have this is a nice little story snippet for you. I have a teacher, Ronell, who teaches all kinds of stuff. She teaches theater tech in our Indian Hills over there, because I'm a theater major. So she teaches most of the arts and sciences classes because she's really, really smart, and she's probably the most interesting person I've ever met. She went to Woodstock and saw Janis Joplin live twice. I'm extremely jealous. But she's one of those people that is multi-talented and has lived out her life to the fullest. And she's so fun to talk to. And one time, she was telling us about her dad. And this is her growing up in the 50s. And she said her dad told her that her and all of her sisters that you girls can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. And this was in the 50s. This was back when everybody thought women have to be cooking and cleaning by the time they're 18. You know,
yeah.
That's the way everybody thought in the 50s, because they had a very different way of thinking. And this is her dad that said this to her. He's like, you girls can be whatever you want to be. You don't have to be what everyone says you should be. And I was like, this existed back in the 50s, and that's so cool. Like, this is the reason she became who she is because her dad told her that.
Imitate Bear says in the chat, kids are raised somewhat furries. They're called cartoons, and they have animal-y characters.
Yeah.
And he says, I think what you're saying is raising your kids to be open-minded and with free will, and that's exactly right.
That's exactly right. You got, and for kids are raised on the anthropomorphic animal type thing, and they are free to explore their imagination with that, and they're either born one or they're not. So basically, a furry family, even if your kids did not grow up to be a furry, they would grow up to be really open-minded, because that's how a furry family would work. So.
And if you think about it, if your parents go to you to conventions, naturally that's going to be awkward. So.
Yeah, it is. My dad did. Okay. My dad went to me with my dad went with me to my first furry convention, but since he didn't understand the concept very well, he mostly just sat in the hotel room and just watched Discovery Channel and stuff like that, because he likes Discovery Channel and he doesn't have cable, so he was really entertained. And my dad was just got a little bit more open to the fandom after he was around people.
There's a bumblebee on that set of headphones.
Really?
Yes.
That is the first flying bug that has been in this house since August. That's really cool. That's a definite sign of spring right there. Another definite sign of spring. So I'm really excited. I think when the show is over, I'm gonna take a quick motorcycle ride, just really quick. Even though my motorcycle has an expired plate on it, and you can tell because the sticker is the wrong color. So if I get stopped, I'm gonna get a big fine. But YOLO, right?
YOLO.
I'm not gonna go very far. Don't worry about me. So I need to go to the bathroom really bad, but I'm gonna leave you with something to talk about so you can entertain them. What should we leave you with to talk about?
You tell me.
I have to go really bad, so I'll be right back. Whatever.
I'll make something up.
Talk about pipe smoking. Okay, there we go. I'll be right back.
Pipe smoking. Yes, okay. Pipes. The things are packed with tobacco or stuff. Lit on fire and puffed. One creates a vacuum in their mouth, drawing the smoke and fire up through the mouthpiece into their mouth. Do not inhale, but blow it out. Okay, I'm out of stuff to talk about regarding pipe smoking. What do I do? Popsicles? They're cold and delicious. And they're tasty and they come on a stick. I'm out of stuff to talk about popsicles.
Okay, I'm back. Hold on. I'm sure you survived.
I went over the mechanics of the pipe.
You what?
I went over the mechanics of the pipe when you were away.
Nice. And this is the first day you've tried one and you already know the mechanics. Well, I mean, obviously you can pick it up and
physics.
look at it. Yeah, yeah.
I get physics, kind of.
So, anyways, what were we talking about exactly before I left?
I don't know. I'm distracted.
Okay, we can branch off into another subject about younger kids in the fandom. Let's see. What else would we want to talk about? If anyone, Hematite Bear, if you have any suggestions,
Or anyone else
we would be glad to
that
hear
might
it.
be watching, looking in ghost mode.
I don't know how that's possible. Because it apparently looking at the numbers, Hematite Bear is the only one that watches live.
The internet has ghosts.
It does. It does, actually.
Yes.
People can like block their IP and
they can
stuff
hide
like that. They can do all kinds of stuff. Hematite Bears has to play a video and take a break, but I don't know. Only if we completely run out of stuff to talk about, because this is the week when
Friday Night Tech is on.
From Friday Night Tech is on, so we have to end before 7.
I mean, we could keep going, and just put up a link and say, here's
hi Rachel.
Hello, thief.
Well, there we go. Rachel has saved us. Here she comes. She's coming. Get in here. Yes. Here she is. Rachel Benson. So, hey, we were in our discussion topic, okay? You might want to pick up your microphone. Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Turn it on. Oh, it's already on.
Yes,
Would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
In a clever way.
And have some headphones.
Does she need headphones?
Does she?
I don't know.
If someone calls in, she might.
Do I care?
Yeah.
But, or if we play videos or something.
I don't think we'll
That's not a
need
big
that.
deal. I'm gonna take mine off.
We'll be fine.
Actually, I better keep them on in case.
Yeah, I'll keep mine on
in
just
case the phone rings.
Anyways, do you want to introduce yourself in a cool way?
How?
Skype.
No. Who?
You can just call yourself Rachel from now on.
It doesn't matter. I'm meh.
Meh.
You're still kind of on that fence, are you?
Yeah, like I like the fan art and stuff, but I'm not for sure yet.
Yeah. She's more.
That's what they always say.
Right.
So yeah, I was starting to think that you weren't actually going to show up. I was like, is she actually going to be here?
You guys need to scoot in just a little bit.
No.
Scoot in this way?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
Hope I'm not on a cord. There we go.
Okay, hi.
Hey.
There we go. That's better. Okay, anyways, our discussion topic for today was how the say if the very much younger generation got into the fandom and people started raising kids as furry, and we had furry families, and we were kind of branching off into different subtopics, about this one big topic. We already talked about like how it would work. We would basically the concept of being a furry, at least the psychological side, is being really, really open-minded and expressing yourself any way you can. So if there was, and I always like to say, you're either born as a furry or you're not. There's really no way to pretend unless, you can pretend for a while, but it doesn't last very long. And
no.
In Mason's case.
Have you met Mason?
But
Does he still watch the show?
Mason? No.
No, I was gonna say.
He doesn't watch the show. Screw you, Mason.
He ran away.
Anyways,
Ran into the woods and died.
This furry family would work as the kids were either born with it or they're not, and they would, whether they were or not, if they weren't born a furry, they would be taught to be open-minded anyway. So it would be a very, very nice working family, in my opinion. I think it would.
Yeah.
So
and, they typically, because parents are naturally going to be the role models, and it's with the imprinting and whatnot, that more than likely going to end up being furries as well.
Yeah.
And
because they're going to do what they're...
Versus nature, nurture, be nurture.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to naturally want to do what their daddy does,
Yeah.
So I think it's a really cool... Furcast already touched on this just very briefly, but he, Paradox and Wolf basically said, I like the idea of a wolf pack, family, and I was like, that's so cool.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. I mean, obviously, I'm guessing there's a lot out there already, but none has come to... the furry fandom's mainstream attention quite yet. So,
I mean, furry as a culture thing, the culture side is fairly new.
It is, yes, and
we're just recently starting to see families. We're all furry
because we're slowly starting to grow. B2 Dubs. Hematite Bear sent us some brony jokes.
Nice.
But we already read them, so you can read them afterwards.
Okay.
They're quite funny. They are quite funny.
That is fantastic.
So
I do enjoy ponies.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pegasisters are okay though, completely okay, because it's a girl. The show was intended for girls.
Little girls.
But there is that element that also appeals to older girls. It still applies.
And older men.
So it's okay to be a Pegasister, but not... Well, I mean, actually, we really don't...
It's okay to be anything you want.
It's okay to be anything you want.
We've beat the subject dead, I think. So
yeah, we don't care as much as we say we do, but it's just funny to make fun of bronies. It really is. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
So... Because it's like, I guess we like to make fun of them because they're kind of
asking for it.
Number one, they're asking for it, and number two, they kind of get all their ideas from the furry fandom. Like they create their own characters and stuff like that. And we're like, we thought of that back in the 80s. So,
and it's still a horse.
Yeah,
it's still a horse.
But in the 80s, it was for
the style of Hasbro.
They wanted, Hasbro wanted to sell their shit.
No, what
now
I mean
it's
is
like,
no.
hey, look, it's funny because now they have memes and stuff on it.
Yeah,
they did a Chocolate Rain episode.
They did.
Well, it had Chocolate Rain in it. It was
nice.
It was funny. I laughed.
But, anyways, what I meant though was that they got their ideas, like they created their own character. And we, the furries, have been doing that since the 80s. That's what I meant.
Which they've also changed their characters, just so you know.
They've changed their characters.
You know Rarity, how she's the fashion pony?
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be Rainbow Dash.
Really?
Yeah. Rainbow Dash used to be the fashion pony.
Say what?
Right? No.
That's a shift.
That's incredible.
She's like the dyke.
She's a badass. Yes. Exactly. She's a dyke.
I'm allowed to say that.
Rachel, I think I'm going to be speechless for a while. That was perfect timing. She's a dyke.
I've been told I look like a dyke many a times. I'm like, thank you.
Well, that's really mean.
It was mostly by my brother.
Oh, well, that's okay then. So, anyways, how was your week, Rachel?
I didn't go to class.
You didn't
at all.
Okay. Rachel and I have choir together, and I don't think you've gone to class, at least choir at all this week.
Not at all this week. Nope.
I didn't go to choir a couple days ago because I was sick. Like, I was really sick.
Okay, I was sick the day before spring break.
Excuses.
I couldn't move.
Nah.
It sucked. I was like, can't leave bed, sleep. I was late to work today too. It sucked.
Oh.
Because I left my windows open this morning. You know how or last night. And you know how it was cold.
Yeah.
I'm like a bear. I sleep in the cold.
That's funny.
So I snuggled up under my blanket and I was like, I'll sleep for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And I ended up oversleeping and was 20 minutes late to work.
Oh, that sucks. You know what really sucks? For those of you who have a job,
those who don't get one.
It's a really I'm sure if anyone has a job, they've probably been to work late at least once in their life. The concept of when you wake up and you realize you're late to work, you have such an adrenaline rush. You're like, oh fuck, and like you're just like, oh, you're like getting ready really fast, and like it's an extreme adrenaline rush. I've experienced it. Nothing gets you awake faster than realizing you're late to work. I promise you.
Especially on truck day.
Truck day.
Today was truck day.
Yeah, where you guys unload.
Our truck was late too, though. So.
Okay.
It was acceptable.
Yeah. I was an unloader for Walmart here in Tumwa.
Oh, nice.
Every day was truck day.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Hy-Vee, every other day is truck day, but that's only because ours is a lot smaller. You know.
There's like 3 trucks and if you don't understand horrible truck loading until you've opened up a Walmart truck.
Yeah.
It's all just kind of thrown in there. Get TVs stacked on top of all these little
Hy-Vee
things.
has the same thing.
Horrible.
I went to work at 1 a.m. For 3 years, 3 times a week. And what we would do is we were the team that unloaded the truck and we would stock it right away. And some days, I know exactly what you're talking about. Some days we open up the truck and there's like leaning pallets, and some days
at Walmart it just all falls out.
We don't have to unload it. We just get a guy that loads it to us.
At least you didn't have to worry about a big screen TV falling on your head.
Ooh,
cheese.
That's
we have cheese and tomatoes.
We have cheese and tomatoes. Nothing like that.
Nothing like that. But we have giant pallets full of like tobacco, and I'm like, this is a tobacco one.
Walmart, there's leaning towers of large dog food bags.
Yep.
We have the same thing too.
And
we don't sell dog food.
9-10 and more often than that, they always fall over and make a huge mess.
Yeah.
I was playing with a pig bone though today.
What?
We had a pig bone at work, like
why?
It was like a dog toy food thing, and I was like, "Hey, look, pig bone!" I was like, "I will eat it." And they all looked at me. They're like, "Why?" And I was like, and then I read the back. I was like, "It cleans teeth. Like, it makes them strong, and it cleans teeth." And it says,
you're a furry, man.
And they're just like, "Ick." I was like, "Oh, not for human consumption."
Oh my word! Didn't say not for human. Oh my word! Well, we're not humans. We're furries. There's a difference.
No, that's terrible.
What?
That's like saying gays aren't people.
Well, we're making fun of ourselves.
Doesn't matter. Terrible.
Terrible
people.
So do you guys want to get something to eat after this podcast? Because I'm hungry.
Possibly.
Yes.
I'll just go with you.
Okay. Wait, you don't have any money, do you?
No. I ended up telling Mom you were having a cookout. That was how I got out here.
Really? You were such a lion cheater.
I brought a bag of chips, though, for the cookout.
High five.
Right? Like, she's like, I got a bag of chips. And I went, like, she was cooking steak. So I took like a chunk of steak and ate it on the right here.
You've got to be kidding me. Rachel, you are a mastermind. You are a mastermind.
Right?
Oh, my word.
And then
That's
she's like,
so funny.
And then she's like, what time are you coming home tonight? And I was like, I don't know, 12.
The cookout might go for a while.
I was like, I don't know, probably 12 or 2. We might be playing Skyrim. She's like, be home by 1. And I was like, okay.
It's like going to a convention. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-4 day cookout. It's going to be...
Cookout.
Yeah, I'm going to live at their house. My mom asked me, she's like, are they going to have their apartment over the summer? Sorry. I was like, I don't know, probably. She's like, live with them.
I wouldn't mind you living with us, honestly. So, I actually would love that. That'd be the greatest thing ever.
She's like, just live with them. Get a job in a Tumwa.
You already pretty much live with us. Like, you know, when I come home from work, you know, you're here and I'm just like...
I'm here napping.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it happens almost every time I come home from work, Rachel's here napping. And I'm just like, it just makes me happy when she's here. She makes everything happier, like, seriously.
You're napping on my couch? Yes. I go back to sleep now. I take cat
go back
naps.
to sleep.
No, there was like, the sun was there. Your sister was sleeping one couch, and I was sleep on the other couch. And it was great because the sun just came in. It was like 5 o'clock. So I was like, I went up against the window and I kind of just sat in the warm and slept.
And slept.
And your sister laughed at me, and I was like, "No,
It's a cat nap.
I take cat nap in front of window." My kitty.
That's really funny. I'm proud of you. I really am.
That I'm all these different type of animals.
Yes. You're proud. I'm
Yes.
proud of you that you pretended to be a cat.
I do like being a kid.
I like being a cat.
Yes, she doesn't know it yet, but she is my prodigy.
I only need you when I want you.
I think we should go to Hy-Vee Kitchen because they have meals for $3.50. Do you want me to get you a meal for $3.50?
I don't know. I'm not really that hungry.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, I has to eat then. I will go and eat.
You do has to eat.
Yeesh. And the Hy-Vee Kitchen has pretty good meals, but I mean they're not the best, but they're really cheap. Advertisement.
Now Hy-Vee pay
Eat
us.
Hy-Vee.
Pay us.
Yeah, give us money.
All glory to the Hypnotoad. What?
Give
Who
us
said
all
that?
your money.
Hypnotoad. I love Hypnotoad.
I know.
He's like my favorite character.
I love to just randomly say all glory to the Hypnotoad.
Oh, Hypnotoad.
Oh, we love you, Hypnotoad.
I won a toad one time. It was purple at the state fair. And
You won a toad?
I named it Hypnotoad. It was like a giant stuffed toad. I named it Hypnotoad.
A stuffed. Okay, I thought you. For some reason, I thought you actually won a real life toad.
No.
Like, I was like, whoa! I've heard of winning goldfish.
Who
but
gives
what?
toads away? To give us warts.
I was like,
warts. Sorry, making joke.
Okay.
Don't judge.
No, I judge you every second of every day, but I don't say it out loud.
I know.
I know.
Be a
Is this still a Halo 4 can?
Yeah.
This is old.
It was at my house. Don't judge. We have like 4 of these.
I'm sure it'll be fine to drink, but yeah,
use
it's
them
kind of
for you.
old. Anyways,
You're welcome.
did you just burp in the microphone?
I did it on purpose.
Oh, Rachel.
The show was boring until I got here.
It was. Well, I wouldn't say it was boring. It wasn't really that funny until you got here. Rachel makes everything a lot funnier. In a good way. Not
Meow.
Meow. Oh.
Did you enjoy the text message this morning?
Oh, yeah. I got to mention that.
That's how we started the show.
We actually did that on that was our intro for the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Here, let me read the show. They're the text she sent me this morning. Okay. This was at 10 in the morning, and I was still sleeping because I'm lazy, and I usually get to sleep in on Fridays because I don't have anything to do except for the podcast. So 10 in the morning, Rachel texted me and said, "Good morning. Time to mount the day from behind and whisper in its ear, shh, just let it happen." That made me laugh so hard. I was like, that is going to be our intro for the show today. Oh, boy, Rachel.
I try to have one every day, but then I'm like, I don't have anything smart to say today.
Yeah. And a lot of times on the show, like I'll be forced to think of something clever to say in 5 seconds, and it's not very easy.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. That's our intro today. Hi.
It's me. Hi.
It's me. I'm Dante.
Jeff's watching. Hi, Jeff. Hi,
Hi,
Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff, it's me. Hi.
We have a friend who, like, every time we see him, we're just like, Jeff, it's me. Hi, Jeff. And this is actually the same Jeff that I might do a commission for because he's an art major and he's probably gonna draw my persona for me.
Yay!
Yay! Way to go!
I gotta take a break again.
Okay. So, what else do we have to talk about? Oh my word! You were just on a roll today.
I'll give you more of those. It'll be nice.
It would be nice.
You'll enjoy it.
You know, okay, Rachel Cobbler. We were playing Hearts with her and she was making a lot of rude noises, and she was laughing, and I was like, I only know two people, and both of them happen to be named Rachel that do this kind of stuff.
And we're like, ha ha ha. We make noises. And
we make noises, and we laugh at them. And they are disturbing. So yeah, earlier today we actually had, you'll enjoy this. Earlier today we had a news story about, they found a old manuscript, like from Egypt. I think it was from Egypt, where there was paw prints on it, in ink. So
Nice.
there was a cat that like walked on the paw, back in the day, like, you know, ancient Egyptians had cats.
Cats were gods to them.
Cats are gods, and me and Stryker officially decided that cats are have enslaved the human race and we just don't realize it yet.
All the cat videos you've seen.
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I mean, how else are there? Why else are there so many cat videos on YouTube? Is because the cats are telling us to put them on there.
Oh, I forgot to bring in my tail.
Oh, you have a tail?
My raccoon tail. Because I'm from Iowa.
Oh, you mean the coon skin?
Yeah, because everyone
I haven't
has
seen that yet.
Coon's tail. It's in my car. I want to go get it.
I can see it afterwards. But yeah, I'm gonna bring up an oatmeal comic here.
I just think it's funny. Everyone's like, "You have an animal in your pocket." I was like, "Yeah, what?"
It's just a raccoon tail.
And I start freaking out. One time I walked into work and they're like, "You have an animal sticking out of your pocket." And I was like, "How in the hell did you get there?"
How did you get there?
I told you, Fluffy, not to work.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'm trying to find a
Hematite says you got thunderstorms heading right at you.
We do? Oh,
What?
man, that
So-
kills my fun.
It's so nice, though.
It's so nice.
Why you not lie to us like everybody else?
I think that happened when I was checking at Hy-Vee. I was a week ago. We had the warmest day of the year, and I was going on and on about how awesome it was and how it's gonna warm up. And then someone told me that there was gonna be a snowstorm pretty soon. That just killed my ambition.
Excuse me.
I was like,
it's in the forecast.
That makes me sad.
It's supposed to be warm though, and it's supposed to be like
it's forecast for Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be a snowstorm Sunday night.
Okay, that sucks.
It's kind of like St. Patrick's Day when it snowed that morning.
Yeah, it
the
did.
Morning after, and we're just like, oh, I hope there's no class. Nope, there was class.
Looking at my weather gadget here, today is supposed to be 59 degrees. Tomorrow 59 and thunderstorms. Sunday 54 and cloudy. And Monday 37.
Well then,
it's like the weather gets nice just for us, just for the duration of the show, and then it gets bad again.
Exactly.
We're doing good things here.
Ishtar, the god of sex and fertility, is smiling on us.
Not Dionysus.
Bow now.
The god of fertility and booze.
So, okay, here we go. This is a comic from the Oatmeal called How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You. Kneading on you, like, when the cat does the thing with its paws. You may think this is a sign of affection, but your cat is actually checking your internal organs for weaknesses. Excessive shoveling of kitty litter. After using the litter box, your cat needlessly kicks litter around, most of it ending up all over the room. This is practice for burying bodies.
And it's not just for saying fuck you.
Yeah. Which is probably another reason for it.
I pooped. Now fuck you.
Staring contest.
No, pick it up.
Staring contest. If your cat gets caught in a staring contest if you get caught in a staring contest with your cat, do not look away. Looking away will signal to your cat that you are weak and an attack is likely to follow. Bringing you dead animals. This isn't a gift, it's a warning. Throwing up grass. Though this painful feeding on purging process, cats prepare their mind and bodies for combat. Hiding in dark places and watching you. Your cat will often hide in order to study you in your natural habitat.
Reconnaissance is half the battle.
G.I. Joe, because knowing is half the battle. Sleeping on your electronics. Humans have superior technology. Your cat knows this and will attempt to disrupt all communications to the outside world. Pawing at your face. Pawing at your face while you sleep. Cats aren't very good at smothering people, but this won't stop them from trying. Sprinting at light speed out of any room you enter. When your cat does this, it's actually a failed ambush. The end. That's funny. I love that comic. I love anything the Oatmeal ever does.
When you have a staring contest with your cat, you do what I do. Take your hand and go, no. Then my cat gets mad.
Well, no kidding. If I was a cat, I'd be like...
I started doing this thing to my cat. It's great.
Hematite suggested getting a World War I German helmet.
Oh my word!
With a spike on. With a pointy bit on top.
Like the kind that the bikers wear because I think they're cool looking.
Yes.
Bikers. I've seen so many. One had a radio on his car today. I was like, on his bike. I was like, what?
My dad used to have a bike that had a radio in it, but he never used it.
My dad
had girly music playing. I was like, you can't have a. You can't be a big man on a bike playing girly music.
You can't be a big man playing Justin Bieber at high volumes.
You have to play death metal.
Yeah. Just play Death Clock at all times.
Did anyone ever hear my assumption of Christian metal? And the fire Lord came down from heaven, hallelujah. That's metal. That's Christian metal. I've heard Christian metal. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's a contradiction.
There is a metal band called Testament that's supposedly Christian, I guess.
Supposedly Christian.
They're okay, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I just don't
Musically,
like.
They're okay.
I don't like Christian mainstream music at all. I just don't. I'm sorry.
It's just so preachy.
Some of it is, yeah.
Jesus, every other line is not necessary.
Well, I mean, that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned that it's just doesn't really fit with Christianity at all, actually.
Yeah.
I still like God is an awesome God. Except my version's better.
Oh boy, what is it?
Well, it's the remix. It's like he's got thunder in his footsteps and lightning's in his fist. Our God is an awesome God. You've never heard that?
No.
You need to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in some cases they use the.
It's about rap.
Use the Christian music label for marketing reasons.
That's exactly right. And that's another reason I don't like it is because you can be not a very good artist, but if you put a Christian label on it, and there was a whole South Park episode about this, and this is why this is so funny, it's because Cartman basically makes a Christian band just to get a platinum album, and he succeeds because it's a myrrh album. The joke of the show is that they don't give him a platinum, they give him a myrrh album, which is hilarious. So he fails his ultimate bet. But anyways, basically what he did was he took a bunch of pop songs and just replaced the word like girl and baby with Jesus, and he was a massive hit in the Christian. It was so funny. I was like, this is pretty true, actually. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't like Christian music. I am a Christian, and I don't like mainstream Christian music. Christians.
Oh, wait, I am one. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So,
but I'm a Lutheran, so it doesn't matter. We don't care.
You're some kind of Christian.
We just don't care.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. I fixed it.
What did you do?
I just moved the mouse pad.
I wasn't paying any attention.
Because we didn't move the mouse for a while and it went black. So all I did was just move the mouse and then it worked. So yay!
Yay! You know what's creepy? That God of War commercial. Just so you know. The one where he picks up his child.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
We have a link here.
We have a link? Ooh. Oh my word. Holy crap.
Yeah.
What?
What's the origin of the myth that cats can suck the breath out of babies?
Holy crap.
Dear Cecil, how did the myth that cats sometimes steal people's breath when they sleep get started? Cecil replies, well, not to be Mr. Paranoid or anything, but I'm not totally sure it's a myth. Well, and neither are some cat writers, as we shall see. Question, people have been getting freaked out about cats for a long time.
Yeah, and they should be.
One cat book notes that to many people, cats may still presage evil, particularly if they are black. Racist bastards.
I have a black
They may still, as has been widely held throughout the world, cause the death of a child by creeping upon it and sucking its breath.
Wow.
Furthermore, we read Lilith, the dark goddess of Hebrew mythology, can change herself into a vampire cat, Elbrusha, and in that form sucked the blood of her favorite prey, the newborn infant.
Holy freaking cow.
The authors describe such beliefs as without factual substantiation. Maybe, maybe not. Some cat care experts, folks who presumably would laugh off unprofounded legends about cats, warn against allowing a cat in the same room with a newborn baby. Cats like warm spots to sleep, one writer says. Attracted by body heat, they may curl up alongside a baby, but this habit must be discouraged as there's a danger the cat might unwittingly suffocate the child.
Oh my word, that's creepy.
Cecil is willing to concede this fear may be exaggerated. It may be that cats over the years have been unjustly blamed for causes of crib death, whose cause is not well understood. Still, if you've got a little one on the premises, no sense taking any chances.
That will give me nightmares.
On the defense of the cats,
oh boy,
babies are delicious.
Indeed,
new babies, delicious.
Oh my word!
Like
so is the
best.
afterbirth.
No.
This is a Josh conversation. We have a friend Josh who's really disgusting.
We should just bring Josh.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 has a recipe for 3 cheese baby. It's awesome. It's delicious.
Really?
Sounds like the best. Why?
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Buy his DVD, 3 Cheese Baby.
Anyways,
it's good.
Did Hematite Bear give us a link or something?
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Hematite Bear, I love how you find us the most interesting stories. Thank you so much. I love reading these.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I love finding stories like this.
I missed you, by the way, everyone. Out
yeah,
there. Missed you.
When was the last time you were on the show?
Few months ago.
It's such a difficult question that we had to pause and think about it.
I think it's a few months ago. I don't know.
It was a while ago.
I had to work though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously you have to work on Friday evenings.
I felt bad, except
it's
this was
okay.
like the first Friday I had you get off at 4. Yay!
Nope.
Had to stay there because I was 20 minutes late.
That sucks. It's all good though. I mean,
the truck was huge.
Hematite asks if we're going to do a special music for a shout out at the end of the show of all the viewers. What do you think?
We should start doing that because we Furcast does that at the end. They do the shout outs for everyone, but obviously it seems that we only have Hematite Bear joining us live. So if you guys are joining us on the recorded version, you should really start watching us live because you can actually get involved in the stuff that's going on instead of just sitting by and watching it happen.
It's half our content comes from the chat and email.
Yeah, and without the viewers, we wouldn't have hardly any content. We just have to, be talking to nothing basically.
Make it up as we go along. Oh wait, we do that now.
Yeah, we already do that. So yeah. So what would you guys think of me and Rachel hosting a radio show in Ottumwa, Iowa?
A radio
show. We're gonna call it Stuff and Things.
Stuff, Things and Stuff. No, was it Stuff and Things? Yeah, it was Stuff and Things.
I actually saw a picture of that I have to show you that's on my iPod, but it's dead right now.
Yes, Hematite gets a shout out every day.
Yeah, he will.
He is the best.
Bless you, Hematite. You are awesome.
I love you.
But I did see a picture of a sign that said Things and Stuff. Like it was a store.
What? That's
so
mine.
Somebody took our idea.
It was mine first.
So yeah.
Actually, I don't know.
Maybe you got it from something else. I don't know.
I didn't though. I made it.
Yeah. So we have about 2 minutes of showtime left. We'll take about a minute of shout outs and closing the show, and also saying the Death to Tyrants and the Same Bat Time, Same Bat Channel tradition that I do all the time. Well, yeah. What?
Yes.
Oh, come on. It's cool. It's funny.
Why won't this kill me?
Oh, nice. We got the music going on. But we got a couple more, like a minute or two left. So we can play the music for a little while, and then we'll do the shoutouts. So yeah, what would you guys think of me and Rachel? We should really do that. We should actually, like, if I ever get a chance to talk to the radio station, I should get my friend Rachel in on it, and we can have a radio show called Stuff and Things.
Get me on it too.
Yeah, we could have Stryker in on it too.
All this music. We're gonna play music now. Okay, that's like old music. It's like, what in the hell?
What in the hell? So anyways, it looks like we are down to 1 minute left of the show, so we can take this time to thank you guys for tuning in. It seems this week we only have Hematite Bear tuning in live, which is kind of sad, but all of you who are watching afterwards, you should really start...
You made that sound very more depressing than it needs to be.
Maybe I did. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you guys depressed.
Singling out Hematite like that.
But anyways, I'm glad at least as long as we have at least one person tuning in live, we're going to keep doing it. So you guys really need to start tuning in live and send us more emails. We need your emails. And don't be lame and just watch them recorded, because that's no fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in same bat time, same bat channel.
And remember, we do have a subreddit over on that one site called the Reddit.
Yes.
r/StrikePaw. That's actually Studios subreddit, but it's this show too.
Indeed, indeed. So I have been your uniquely awesome host, Dante Padfoot.
I have been your caffeinated feline host, Stryker Chiguire.
I'm your fashionably late kind of co-host machine, Rachel China Rose Machine.
And shout out to the one person in the chat room, Hematite Bear, before we go. Join us next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Death to tyrants!
Death to tyrants!
Goodbye.